What's next for Bitcoin? Are some altcoins in trouble? And are other macro charts playing out really nice as we predicted on this channel? Welcome back to the show. Joe here on Crypto Rosetta. Thank you all for tuning in on this Saturday. I hope everyone is having a great start to their weekend. Now, if you're new here for the first time, hit that subscribe button, tap the bell, select all notifications, go back and watch previous videos. We got loads of crypto content coming out daily. But in this video, I'm going to dive into the charts, look at Bitcoin, look at those altcoins, and yeah, we're not going to mess around. So let's get straight into it. Okay, so especially for those that are new here, I've got my major resistance zone remaining 31 to 38k. Nothing has changed. Target for Bitcoin, still nothing has changed. The main target remains as a totally high time frame play. This last week that's gone, not a lot has happened in terms of price action. Bitcoin still moving pretty flat, but we'll come on to that in a minute. Possible free wave correction completed on Monday. We got up to about 28,500. We're currently just under 28,000 at time of recording. The lower targets remain. I've still got minimum target, expecting at least one more low in this market to be around about 12k, but possible much lower targets than that, but that is the minimum expectation. Key zones to pass through on the way. Still think we got to get to 23k before more of a bounce, but we could just go straight through to that around that 19,500. 19,500, I would expect a reaction. I do not expect us to fall straight through that, but eventually I still think we are going to grind down. It's very hard to put an estimate of time on this. It could take another 2 months. It could take another 6 months, folks. I really don't know, but this is the direction that I see this market moving in. But on the low time frames at the moment, I think that that's more key to look at. So having a look at the 4 hour at the minute, two possible scenarios of what I think could play out here. I'm looking at there being a possible head and shoulders. Now, to remain bullish, to remain moonish for Bitcoin, the bulls had to hold this line, and they were going to blast off to 40k, and had the ridiculous comments that we were going to be 100k before the new year. Well, that line definitely had to hold for any glimmer of a hope of that happening. It didn't. So we had that key break that I'll keep talking about in the middle of August, and once that support is lost, I would expect it to be turn into resistance and looking for a back test. Now, we've got the A wave potentially marked here at the end of August. We did get close. We didn't quite tap the line, but we did get close. So maybe you could argue that that was the back test. However, we've gone higher since, but we're still further away from the line because the time has moved on. Now, if we turn bullish next week, if this C wave, sorry, not there. If this C wave expands up here, then we can maybe make another break. And we can maybe get up to 32,000. This is one scenario I'm considering. Reason being, if we set a new yearly high, take out this high here, even though we're just heading up to previous support as resistance, just setting that new high could turn people, super bullish. Okay, it could be a massive bull trap, which would be kind of beautiful. And then if we got up there, everybody start buying the top again, thinking we're going to go to 40k, and then we could see a massive rejection. That rejection would start off slow, people thinking, oh, it's just a pullback, but we've set new highs, and we're going to continue to set new highs, and off to 40k we go, and then it just keeps dipping. That is one scenario that's playing out in my mind. But for now, until we see a bullish break next week, then we're still maybe just in this free wave completed on Monday around 28,500. As long as we stay below 28,500, then I think we're just gonna work our way down to this key level again of 25,000. 25,000 is such a key price range on Bitcoin. Once that goes, looking for the double bottom around 24k, expect the bounce, but then a target of 19.5. It is going to come at some stage. I really do think that, in my opinion. I've got key invalidation levels, but even if we just set a new high of 32,000 or just over 32,000, that's not enough to invalidate that for me. I would like to see consolidation above there. Again, if this is just this whole range that we've been in since middle of August just turned out to be a bear trap and a fake out, and then we find support above that's previous support line again, then yeah, then we can talk about being more bullish. We can consider the bottom being in for Bitcoin. But for now, we're either looking for that breakdown from next week or a possible bullish move up to at least 29k. Now I'm currently short from 29k. Talked about previous video, if I stop out there at no loss, that's not a problem. I'm just gonna re-enter short, but see how we move up. If we got up to 32k, that'd be magnificent, and I'd be looking to go a bit heavier from there. So there's reasons why I think that the on the low time frame, the more bullish scenario could play out. Just because of where the DXY is at the minute, where the Dow Jones is at the minute, and I'm going to come onto those charts later in this video. But first of all, guys, just want to talk about Cryptcomps as well. Obviously, we run Cryptcomps. It helps support the channel if you buy tickets at Cryptcomps. So anyone can enter this wherever you are in the world. Just go to cryptcomps.com. We have two competitions running at the moment. We've got competition 8 where you can win up to £10,000 worth of any cryptocurrency of your choice. That's around about $12,400. And we've also got the £1,000 prize as well, which is less tickets in that one, and tickets are only £1. Tickets are £5 in the £10,000 draw. Obviously, it's a skill-based competition. You have to hit enter the competition. You can then see how many tickets are sold. You can see how many tickets you want to buy, and then also you also have to answer a question correctly to be entered into the draw. So go to cryptcomps.com, guys, if you want a chance of winning that awesome prize. Like I said, you can get, any cryptocurrency you want. You can have Bitcoin, you can have stable coins, you can have altcoins if you are the lucky winner. So good luck to everyone who enters. Now let's get back on the charts. So moving on, wanted to talk about AVAX. AVAX, had a little bit of a low time frame bullish move. We've had a decent rally, but this is one that you've really got to zoom out on the charts. Okay, so we had fantastic bull market for AVAX. It did superbly, and then it came right back down in the bear market. And I still believe we are grinding down in the sort of last leg of the bear market. That's kind of where I see AVAX at the minute. Now, one way of looking at this parallel channel, obviously in split it into two halves. In this purple one, I've got the higher part of this parallel channel, which I think we are going to remain in until the bear market low is in for AVAX, which I don't think is in yet. Come on to that in a minute. And then once we break this to the upside, then start to consider the bear market bottom being in for AVAX, and we can talk about getting bullish on AVAX. But as you can see, all this year, as with many altcoins, we had the January rally. I believe that was just a rally to set, a very significant lower high, and then since then we've just continued to set lower highs. At least 1, 2, 3, 4 since that January rally on AVAX, and potentially today have we set another one. Now I did try a couple of small low risk shorts on AVAX. I was looking for it to top. That may have did stop out on those. We went a bit higher than I expected. We broke above $11 today, but the way we've reacted, just look at that daily candle. It's pretty bearish looking at the moment. So if AVAX is going to continue up here in a rally, then probably looking for around about $14.50 maximum. That would take us to the top of this channel. I don't see us breaking out of this channel. That would also just still remain a lower high, and then I would expect continuation to the downside. However, that rally may have been finished today. We don't have to go to the top of this channel, just like with the previous lower high here. Now, targets what I'm looking for AVAX. If we were to maybe, consider the bottom being in for AVAX already, I think minimum we're coming back down to $9.30. That was kind of the previous lows over here in the middle of 2021. But the fact that we've already broken that, going back a few days, I'm not really expecting that to hold. But low time frame, I think we're going to at least pull back to there, whatever happens. However, once that level breaks and we set another low in this bear market for AVAX, which I'm expecting, minimum target, guys, I'm looking around about $7 and $4.33. Okay, that's going to sound really bearish to some, but I am expecting probably about another 50 to 60% drop on a lot of altcoins if Bitcoin hits those lower targets where I think it's going. That kind of comes in with the bottom of this range over here in 2020. So it would be a good retest. So dollar cost averaging, target for myself, I am considering buying AVAX. We are looking to buy AVAX on the channel. We want to open a AVAX pool. We do need 20,000 tokens. Then I think, the area that we're probably going to be looking to dollar cost averaging is, $7 to $4.30 within that range. But I'm not really considering buying AVAX north of $7 or maybe just above to start that DCA. But the current low we've had, it was around about 870. I'm still looking for sub $8 and then into this range. Now I've also got $2.30 on the chart. I know that's really bearish. I'm not saying that's my primary expectation. It's very hard to say. We may even just get a wick down there. I don't know. But that is an area where I also think AVAX could go. Just again looking, that is the bottom of this range of 2020 if we are going to retest that. Don't want to see AVAX go below $2.30. If it goes below there, it's probably the end for AVAX, and there's probably no comeback. So that's not what I'm expecting. I'm looking at this, $7 to $4 target as primary on AVAX. But if you don't think AVAX is going to get there, or if you do, leave us a comment below. Be really interested to get your opinions on AVAX. But another point also want to make, plenty of bearish divergence in the RSI again. Higher RSI than the previous lower high here. Again, if it's continues the upside, you've got to expect downside. There's bearish divergence on a whole host of indicators on AVAX. Now moving on, Render, another key one. Currently short, holding a long term swing short on Render from about $2.65. Now this one kind of launched at a bad time, start of the bear market, and just continued to just drop all the way. Again, January rally had a fantastic January rally. You could almost say that was essentially the bull market for Render, but from its lows. Again, it just looks like a free wave correction up, and now looking at potentially free wave correction right back down to where it started. And again, just looks like a massive head and shoulders to me. That's the way it looks like it's going. Initially, I thought that this rally that we've had, over the last few weeks on Render, I was expecting it. I thought it was going to go down to $1.40 and actually drop down to $1.23, which is a little bit lower than I expected. And then I was expecting a rally up to around about that 170 to 180 range. We actually got higher. We got to around about 190, and now we are starting to pull back. So it's possible that right shoulder top is in for Render. Can it still get back above $2? Yes, and remain bearish? Absolutely. I'm not flipping bullish on Render here. Yes, again, there's going to be the argument that yes, it's a higher low from what we've seen back in March here, but again, zooming out pattern wise, it still just looks like a head and shoulders to me. And if this plays out going down with Bitcoin and the rest of the market as I expect, then I'm expecting Render to pretty much come back to origin lows. The 1-to-1, if this just being a free wave move down, comes in around about this 25 cents, hence why I've got it marked up 786.61 and the 618.89. Obviously, these targets could slightly change if Render continues a little bit higher, but for now, those are the kind of areas I'm looking at on Render. Now, XRP, it's been one for me to just mention, has been requested in the comments. Got a big, massive red arrow down. I'm just going to keep this one really basic, and I'm going to state the complete obvious on this one. I know it's obvious for everyone to see rather. I know people would say, well, what kind of technical analysis is this? All I'm just saying on this is just give my opinion why I'm not getting excited on XRP, why I'm potentially not looking to buy XRP. I'm not saying that might not change in the future if I think things are showing more bullish signs, but right now I'm just not seeing a logical reason. To me, the charts is not giving me a reason to be bullish or to buy XRP. This is why. Obviously, we had the all-time high. Everyone knows that. And then we've just, for a long time, come way, way down. Now, again, there's going to be the argument. I know everybody who's, crazy about XRP will say the reason why, it didn't get, new highs, why it only set lower highs in the last bull market was because of, stating the obvious again, was because of the SEC case. That's absolutely fine. However, I've just got to take this from a chart perspective, right? Continue to set lower highs. Then everyone got excited again, but it's still just another lower high at this 95 cents. And then the sell-off since, when, nothing has really, significantly changed, in the case, things are just kind of, trickling along. That's kind of a bearish, warning to me that a lot of people just use that as an exit pump, to get out. Who may have just, on a 2x, may have, been about break even, whatever. But people who are holding on, to these guys and have, been holding on for a long, long time on XRP. I've got to be honest, the chart just does not, look good to me. So, what can XRP, realistically do if it just, continues, to have, pumps and mini sort of bull markets that continually, just get lower and lower and it never goes on, to new all-time highs? Well, first of all, I'm expecting it to come back down to, this 28, cents, which, is the bottom of this, range here. And then, previous lows again, you've got 17 cents and 10 cents. I mean, it's possible that it goes down there and it can, maybe get some kind of news in the future, that, turns it, bullish again. And then, there can be some great gains, but it's such high risk. This is the problem with this coin. It's just the charts are not giving us, anything to be bullish. And how I kind of see this happening, the way that we had this reaction here at 95 cents, the way that it didn't just sort of pull back and then go higher again and, start a bull market, for XRP is concerning. It had it just, maybe pulled back, 10%, 15, 20%, that would have been fine. And then started going sideways for a bit, wait for to see what Bitcoin does. Maybe you could stay bullish, but the way it went up and then how fast it is sold off as well, that kind of just says to me that it was an exit pump, coming down again to these lower targets. And if some bullish news comes out for XRP, I think it's just going to be a lower high again. It's going to be another exit pump, and then we're just going to continue to see lower exit pumps until this coin, phases out. But could I be wrong? I know there's so many people that have been holding XRP for last 2-3 years. Think XRP is going to be this world future currency. Look, all I can say is just be careful being married to bags. I know there's people who are just XRP maxis out there, and I don't want to see anyone lose money. I would love XRP to go to $5, $10 and make all those people money. But the charts are just telling me, guys, that it's not likely to happen, or if it does, if it's so high risk to know if that's going to happen. So that's my opinion on XRP. Probably not going to be a popular opinion, but that's the way I'm seeing it at the minute. Not getting excited about XRP compared to, other altcoins or Bitcoin in this market. Now, moving on. Just wanted to talk about oil because previous video we've absolutely nailed this on oil. I told you that I thought we were going to see, the high around about 93, come in at least. Got a wick up to 94, 99, and a massive, rejection. Then also, I said look for us to come back down to around about 83. We actually just dropped below, 83 at close. We're at 82.74. So how fast that played out, amazing. And then it kind of looks to me that that is, the B wave rally, the bear market rally on oil, and expecting lower targets at the minute until, if we get back above 95, then I'll, potentially consider this being invalidated. And maybe we are going back up to the highs and three figures on oil. But the way that has reacted exactly where I was expecting it to, yeah, not, flipping bullish on oil yet. But be aware that, you can get some volatility as we've seen, over here, up, down, back up again. So it is possible, that could happen again on oil. But lower targets are still looking good, still looking for a free wave correction, down on oil. Minimum target's going to be around about $60, but, more looking for around this $43, $44, target on oil. Now, DXY, beautiful chart. We did not get the 12th week, guys. We did not get the 12-week green. We had 11, came very, very close, and then we just, closed below. As we've seen a little bit of a rally on stocks towards the end of the week, which was fairly predictable. Not well, say fairly predictable. It wasn't surprising after the dip that we'd had. So 11 weeks, first week in the red. Is that going to be a major reversal signal? Not necessarily. We could see a pullback still continuing into next week. And if we do get that pullback, that could possibly lead to that 32,000 target, or at least that 29,000 target on Bitcoin to get a bit higher, liquidate some more shorts, get everyone super bullish again, get everyone excited, and then it just be a massive bull trap. So could also play out. So if that plays out with the DXY helping risk assets and we see a bit more of a rally in stocks as well, I'm looking, for around about 105.2. And also, if that support, if we lose that as support, then support should probably be found around about 104.2. Hitting the top at these highs here back in May. Now, if we find support on that, then we go back up again. It's exactly what I'm talking about when I said consolidation above 105.50. The bulls are in big trouble. And then I do think we'll reach our 107.90 target. 107.90 breaks later on, heading up to 110. Oh, didn't mean to do that. Heading up to 110, guys. And then, my full market for the DXY target to complete the sort of macro bear market. I do think we can get all the way up to 120 up here, but very hard to say how long that's going to take. Could that take at least another 6 months? Absolutely. Could it take 12 months? Absolutely. I've got no idea on time frame, guys. It's just the way that the charts are looking for me, to complete this bullish move on the DXY. Our last chart I wanted to talk about, Dow Jones. Again, looks like we've confirmed lower high. We dropped down as I said. Watch out for that break of 33.6 played out. We broke that. Now expecting us to come back up and retest that area. We closed around about 33.4. So we got up a little bit of a rally, which stopped that DXY closing 12 weeks in the green. But I do think that this area is going to turn into resistance. So maybe we get a few little green days going into next week, and then start to turn around again. So I do think these markets are going to be volatile the next few days coming up. I do think things are going to start to keep moving fairly quickly as they have done. I'm not really expecting sideways action. I'm expecting volatile up and down action, guys. I think it's going to be pretty fun time in the markets. Now, if we just break back up, then again still looking for resistance coming in around about 35. Not my primary. I do think that this lower high now is going to hold, but if we get back up there, we'll probably just hit this descending resistance around about 35k or a little bit higher. But not my expectation that we're going up there. There's also potential head and shoulders playing out here as well, but I kind of just think that this is going to chop down exactly as we've seen the first chop down all the way through 2022. I think this next leg down is going to chop down, being late 23, early 2024. Minimum target around about 28.7 for the double bottom on the Dow Jones, but expect it. Excuse me, didn't mean to do that. But expecting us to go lower potentially, and yeah, target of around about 26.2. If 26.2 breaks, guys, this bear market is going to get very, very nasty, and all kinds of assets are going downtown. That's not really, it's very hard to say. If we're expecting that, we're just gonna have to see, when we get down there. But at least expect a minimum double bottom to come in on the Dow Jones. Now, just quickly talk about the channel membership as well. So again, we've got our lifetime membership NFT available, 1,800 ADA. There's only 500 of them. It gives you, lifetime access with us as a full member. You don't have to pay monthly subscription fees. Again, you get Elliott-wave theory with Savage. You get access to our trading zone. You can join the weekly AMA with the team. We've been mixing it up a bit. We've actually got one tomorrow morning, but usually on Thursday nights. get to see our buy zones, which are being updated next week for a whole host of coins. I don't know any channels that have buy zones for as many coins as we do, and we are actually regularly going to be adding to those. We've got some new ones coming in next week. We're also going to have more features coming soon, like our Rags to Riches portfolio, where we will be, buying altcoins for. We were due to start that a few months ago. However, we're still waiting for lower lows in the market. I think we've been vindicated in that decision as many altcoins have gone lower, and we're still expecting another drop. So that's why that portfolio hasn't started. But I do not think we're far away now, guys. So many people have been shaken out in this bear market. You guys for watching are the minority. You guys are fantastic for supporting the channel. And, I do think that you are going to be rewarded for sticking around in this space. So thank you all for watching. I hope you've enjoyed it. Like I said, leave a comment below about anything. I always look forward to, getting back to all your points, all your questions, etc. If you've enjoyed the video, make sure you smash up that like if you haven't done so already, and I'll see you again. Thank you.